Hello there, my name is Ahmed Hussein and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to apply what we have showing in our previous backend video. We will speak about how to treat your backend or how to think of your backend. We're gonna treat it as a house, and this house will have a rooms, and these rooms will have names and numbers. So let's apply this logic in my Spring Boot project. I have a basic server here and I will right click on it. I have to organize my project first. I will go to new. I will create a new folder and I will name it house. And inside my house, I will define a new class and I will name it rooms. And inside my rooms, I have to give my room name and my room number. So I will declare a private variable, string variable, and let's not forget that we are using Java, so case sensitive is a must. So string variable, I will name my variable as uh, room name, and in my second variable, it will be an integer, and I will name it uh, room number. Inside my class, I have to create a getters and setters for those fields. Simply, I can right click on my source and I can create or generate getters and setters for my fields. And I will press generate. So now I have a getter and setters, so I can get the room name as a string, and I can set also the room name as a string. I can get the room number as an integer, and I can set the room number as integer as well. Let's not forget to generate a constructor for our fields. So I will generate the constructors for room name and room number. So here's our constructor, and let me move it up to go up. And in my constructor now, when I create a new room, these rooms will have both fields. So I have to set room name and room number. Let me save it. Also in my package, I want to create a new folder and I will give it a name of controllers. And inside my controllers, I will create my room controller. So I'll create a new class and I will name it room controller. And I will give it an annotation of REST controller. So REST controller. And let me import its package from SpringBoot. So as you can see, this REST controller will have response body and retention, and you can read about it when you install the Spring tools in as your IDE. So what I'm going to do in my room controller, I have to define a route or an endpoint. So this endpoint, let's say I will visit HTTP local host or your website or your IP address of your server, and my default port is 8080, and this room controller will be called as a room. So I will create a new annotation as get mapping, and I will define it, one second, I will define it as a slash room. So when I visit my IP address or my local host, and slash room. This is my endpoint. I have to call a method. So what method I will create right here? I will create public method, and this public method will return rooms, and I will call it get room. Let me open the brackets. And first, let me import my my rooms object from my house, as we described in our previous video. And this room, how I'm gonna return it? First of all, this is a test, so you can return these rooms from your database, and we're gonna talk about this later. But right now, I'm gonna by default create a new room object and return it, simple as that. So I will write return new rooms, and inside my rooms, I expect to get room name and a number. So this method will return from my rooms object a new room with its name and its number. So with its name and its number, it will be returned as JSON object. Uh, you know that Spring Boot already convert those objects to a JSON in the response body, so we don't have to take care about it. So we don't have to convert this object to a JSON and return it as a JSON object. So Spring Boot do this for us. So what I have to do right now, I have to import get mapping package. So my IDE will feel happy, and I'm gonna save my class. Can we test this code right now? Yeah, we can. We can go and right click on our basic server application, run this project as a Spring Boot app, or simply press run from the menu bar over there. And let me open my browser. Let me write local host slash room. And you can see it returns room. This is a room name, and room number is number 1, as I just defined here in my room controller class. So it returned the room name and number. So another thing that you have to take care of is your main route. What if I remove this? You will see an error, and this is not a user friendly. So in my controllers, I will go and create a new class, and I will name it default controller. And as well, I'm gonna give it annotation of REST controller, and let me import its package. And here we need when user visit local host or your IP address with port and without anything. I mean, he will not put anything, so something will happen. So I have to show a default message for the user. Giving an error is not a user friendly. So I will create a string method that will return a string, a public string, and a default route. Okay. And this default route will return a string, welcome to my backend. For this string method, let's not forget to add the annotation of get mapping. And inside my get mapping, I will give the route. This is the default route. Let me import the get mapping package. And let me restart my project. And when I press run, and let me refresh my page, and you can see welcome to my back end. If I go to slash and room, you can see it will return my JSON object with room name and room number. So we just described how we build our house or backend and how we return a room from our backend. In our next tutorials, we're gonna show how to create authentication, protect your backend, and store those data in your database. And we're gonna make another tutorial on those database drivers and how to use it and how to create and insert and delete and those stuff. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye bye.